Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a detailed review of the Mi True Wireless Earphones 2. So Xiaomi announced these True Wireless earphones few weeks back. We have been testing these earphones for quite some time. We also done a detailed unboxing video so you can have a look at what all comes inside the box package. Now we're going to do a bit more detailed review of how good the sound quality is, how good the comfort levels are, the latency, the bass performance, the battery life. So we'll cover everything in this video. So let's get started. So if this is your first time around, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. Now coming back to the Mi True Wireless Earphones 2. So this is the Mi True Wireless Earphones. So this is the case, and in the first look you might feel that this is a copy of the Apple's AirPods, but on closer look you might see that this is not exactly a copy. It's kind of different design, not altogether different, but there has been a change in terms of design. And you can see that the case looks quite good. You can see that the flat top and bottom. The bottom section has the USB Type-C charging port. We have a button to pair it, and we have an LED notification light for pairing, and also to show the battery. So all in all, the case looks pretty good in terms of the design aspect. It feels really nice. It's a matte finish, and the build quality again looks really good. Now even if you open, you can see that it's not a flimsy build, it's pretty strong, and build quality looks really nice. Now let's take the earphones out of this case. So let's just take this here. So you can see that these are the earphones. So this looks pretty good. So when you take the earphones in your hand, you can see that these are definitely inspired with the Apple's design, but you can see that the stem kind of design is kind of different here. We have a thicker stem. You can see that this is kind of thicker stem, and at the end you have these charging ports. So these are the charging options, and this looks quite good in terms of the material finishing. We have a glossy finish on the earbuds, while the stem is kind of a matte finish. So that's the design aspect. Now you can also see that there is the sensor included here. So these sensors are for wear detection, and we have the microphone on the top as well as the bottom section. The bottom, there is dual microphone. So in total there are 4 mics, 2 on each of them, and these are the charging ports. So there is also wear detection included. So the stem kind of design is kind of not completely unique, but still this is slightly different from what others offer in this price segment. So that's the design aspect. So overall we feel it's quite a decent looking design out there. The next thing to discuss is the comfort levels. Now for any TWS earphones, the most important aspect apart from the sound quality is how comfortable it is. So if you're using the TWS for calls as well as music, you might be almost using it in the ears, and you won't be removing it quite frequently. So over a period of time, like 2 to 3 hours continuously, how comfortable they are. So we have been using these for like more than a few weeks, and the good thing about it is that they are pretty lightweight in design. Even though the design looks a bit bulky, but then the overall aspect looks very lightweight, and it's kind of easy on your ears. You actually doesn't feel that you're wearing these earphones. So super light they are, and the comfort levels are quite good. You can't do any sort of adjustments here in terms of the comfort levels, unlike the buds kind of earphones. These are the ones which you can't adjust anything, and these do look quite comfortable even for longer period of use. And even if you're a person who uses earphones for exercise or for jogging or even treadmill usage, we didn't see any major issues. It didn't fall off from our ears even while exercising. So that's something which is quite good. So overall we feel the comfort levels are pretty good on the Mi TWS. Now these earphones come with a Bluetooth 5.0, and it has a 14.2 mm driver. This is one of the largest drivers available, 14.2 mm. So in terms of the codec, this supports LHDC along with SBC and AAC. LHDC or rather low latency and high definition audio codec, it actually transmits approximately 3 times more data when compared to SBC audio codec. So you get exceptional sound quality. That's what Xiaomi claims. Now we have been testing these earphones, and the thing is that the LHDC is not supported on all smartphones. So if your device has support for LHDC, then you might find a difference, but again not a major difference here in terms of sound quality. And when you talk about the sound quality of these earphones, they are quite good. The mids and highs were quite okay, the vocals were pretty good, and the bass performance is kind of adequate. It's not kind of the super bass kind of category, but the bass is definitely adequate, and you get good punchy bass for most of the tracks we have tested. So the bass performance and sound quality looks quite okay for us. Now when using these earphones for calls, since this has two microphones, that's dual microphones, we did not see any sort of major issues. The call quality was pretty good, and even people who received the calls did not see any sort of issues faced while using this Mi TWS. So call quality was also quite good. Now if you're a person who is using these earphones for gaming, you might be interested in knowing the latency. So ideally these are not really suited for gaming, because wireless earphones do not give you the best experience, especially for games like PUBG. You may not get the best experience, but these are kind of okay-ish performance. You can get some decent experience as there is some latency while playing games, but that is obvious because these are TWS in the more or less affordable category, so there is some latency on these earphones too. Now talking about the battery, so Xiaomi claims that you can get around 4 hours of battery life with a single charge on, and you can get around 14 hours of battery life together with the case. So that's what Xiaomi claims. Now we got around 3.5 hours on an average with a single charge, so that's quite good battery life. And there is also smart in-ear detection. That means these sensors, whenever you take these earphones from your ear, the playback stops, and whenever you keep it back, the playback automatically starts. So that is quite good. So that in a way that when you remove from your ears, the music playback stops and it saves battery. So that's something which is good. So all in all, you get around 14 hours of music playback including the case. So in real you might get around 10 to 12 hours, which is kind of okay performance with the charging case. Now pairing is quite simple, and we did not see any sort of issues. If you are using a Xiaomi smartphone, pairing is quite simple. If you just open the case, you can see you get a notification on your Redmi smartphone running on MIUI that earphone is ready to pair. You can connect it, so that way the pairing is quite smooth experience. And if you don't have a Xiaomi smartphone, it still is quite a good decent experience. The moment you open the case, it automatically connects to the earphones, the phone which you are using previously. So those things are quite okay, and you do get gesture controls for music playback and using the Google Voice Assistant. So those things are quite okay. You can use the left and right ones for gesture support, but then you cannot configure these gestures. These are predefined ones, so all the gesture supports are mentioned in the manual, so you can use those gestures to go to the next track or play the sound, and even call voice assistant, the Google Voice Assistant. So that is a detailed review of the Mi TWS2. Now overall, for a price of 3,999, are they worth? So looking at the pricing, that's 4K pricing. These are quite good earphones you can pick, and the good thing is that they have ENC support, that's environment noise cancellation, easy pairing, smart ear detection, voice assistant support is there, LHDC codec support is there. So large 14.2 mm dynamic driver, the bass performance is good. So these are some good things about the Mi TWS2. Now what we didn't like was there is no wireless charging included at this price. Again, probably wireless charging would have made sense. Secondly, there is no IP rating. There is no IP rating for sweat or water resistant. So those things are missing. And apart from that, the sound quality is kind of okayish, not really stellar performer, but still it's kind of a decent experience. Now, are they recommended for 3,999? We would still say it's a decent deal, but if you want the best experience, we would suggest the Oppo Enco W31, which we reviewed on this channel. Those are probably the best you can get below 4,000 rupees. But still, the Mi TWS2 is a decent TWS earphones in this price segment. So that's it for this video. This is Dharma signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.